3.
Welcome to another episode of Out the Box TV. Your man, Roger.
I'm DJ Primetime 256.
We got one for the R&B lovers today. My man, Raheem DeVaughn, is checking in.
And my girl, Cassandra. See, RJ had to take the hat off because that's show Cassandra I really look
they
like.
They got to see the crispiness. The crispiness, yeah.
I see you, boo. I see you.
Another episode of Out the Box TV starts right now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Did you miss me? Oh yeah. It's your boy Roger.
Thank you, Lord.
Sounds so good, don't it, people? DJ Primetime 256.
DJ Primetime
256. Let's get it. Let go.
Welcome to another episode of Out the Box TV. Your man, Roger, chilling once again at the Gaston Museum of Art. Always keeping you in the know of the latest. And my man, Raheem DeVaughn, just dropped his new album, What a Time to Be in Love. Of course, I've been playing this thing. And we got to talk about this. Most of your peers seem to be chasing the title of the King of R&B, and you're the self-proclaimed Love King of R&B. Let me know how you even came up with that title.
That started with a phone call a few years back with a previous manager who I still have a great relationship with. We were discussing, just the reinvention once again of the brand. And, at that point I was thinking long term. I think the album number 4 was about to drop, a place called Loveland at the time. And I just felt like that's what it was appropriate. I had just started my foundation, which was the Love Life Foundation. Even now, my most recent album, which is dropping, I always use the word love, which is a verb. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us treat it like a noun, but it's actually a verb. It's an action word. So I've always tried to exude that through the music, whether it's from a socially conscious place, of love for self or love for the community, or speaking against social issues, or speaking up for social issues, or trying to rep our women, Black women in particular, and show them in a different light, whether it's speaking to intimacy, whether it's speaking to the foundation. Love has always kind of just been there. I feel like that's the highest frequency we can operate on. Purely. So I just felt like, the Love King, that's I kind of thought about who else used it, who else has tried, who else has really kind of been a self-proclaimed, Love King. And so I feel like it's an appropriate title, Love King of R&B, Love King of Soulful R&B, or just the Love King, whatever. I remember having that discussion with him, and when you having those powwows, you're thinking about the pros and the cons of it, and you gotta think about you always gotta think about the celebration of it, but you gotta think about the hate too. You know what I mean? So it's like, you gonna be able to live up to that. And now that's what everybody calls me. So it's just kind of like, it's one of those things where you see it, you manifest it, and you own it. And if you do that, I think the rest of it kind of just takes care of itself.
Now, what I definitely noticed is your wordplay. Now, I did get your debut album when it dropped, but it was your 4th project that really caught my attention, Welcome to Loveland. In fact, Greatest Love is still one of my favorite records to this day. But I've never really heard you disrespect ladies on your records. And there's a lot of talk on social media lately about protecting the Black woman. Why do you feel it's so important for us to protect the Black woman?
Because I feel like ultimately you're supposed to give you're supposed to protect women, period. Let me just start there. You know what I mean? Like, women are the most disrespected on the planet, period. Sexualized, misogynized, like all these different things. Are those words? I don't know if those are words, but you know what I'm saying. You know, I'm a songwriter, so we make up words from time to time.
Yes,
But
sir.
it's like we supposed to protect women. We had that responsibility just as men. That's just how I was raised. You know what I mean? Now the black woman is the most disrespected on the planet of all women. You know what I mean? So, you know, whether that's by design, that's just facts. You know what I mean? And we do have to do a better job of taking care of our women. Me personally, I've always been uncomfortable hearing women referred to on records as bitches. That's just me. In transparency, have I ever referred or had conversations off the record? I think we all have had conversations off the record that it's like, you know, and as you get older, you get more woke and you get more conscious, you adopt a new way of mentality, you know what I'm saying, and just trying to like change the narrative and just not accepting it for what it is, you know what I mean? From day one of making records, it's been my conscious decision to like to just uplift women in my music. Like that's just something that, you know, to my mother, to answer your question, me and my mom, but my mother, my grandmother, two of the strongest women I know. You know what I mean? Like growing up. So they exemplified to me what a strong black woman is. You know what I mean? So so that's where it started. I mean, it started in the home. It started in the, you know, I can listen to music. I can listen to hip hop. I can listen to different genres of music and be able to absorb it as entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, a lot of us are sheep, and a lot, you know. And I feel like, you know, you listen to something 2 or 3 times, you're indoctrinated by it. Period. That's just it. You know what I mean? So, so you know, with sites like World Star and stuff like that, you know, when that stuff started kind of like manifesting, and you know, I saw an incline in the domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? Per se, I saw an incline in teen domestic violence in particular. You know, I had a love-hate relationship with them at one point. You know what I mean? Right. Because it's like, you use the platform to promote your music, but then at the flip side of it, it's just like I didn't like what I was seeing. Just you would just see these videos of these kids where it became like the phenomenon of them fighting, and young boys fighting girls and girls fighting one. You know, they fight one another, they fighting each other. You know what I mean? We supposed to be the protectors of, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know, so again, these are all reasons that, you know, also having a foundation, the Love Life Foundation, which is one of our major initiatives, is fighting domestic violence. You know what I mean? So that's just me. You know what I mean? Like, that's just part of me. Everybody comes with different walks of life though. Like I got some homies that don't know where their mother is. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I've seen, you know, 1 degree separation. I got homies who raised their daughter their entire life. The mother abandoned them and the child at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? So like, the story is different, and everybody's narrative is different based on where you raise, what you listen to, how you absorb it. So for me, I try to just do my part musically to kind of keep that balance out there, you know?
Now, you led off this project with the single Marvin Used to Say. And side note, Rolling Stone recently named Marvin Gaye's What's Going On album as like the best album of all time. So I feel this was right on time. But why do you feel that song was important for a time such as this?
It's important, you know, it's message music, it's movement music. Music is the heartbeat of our people. It was the heartbeat of our people in the 60s and the 50s and the 70s and the Harlem Renaissance, you know, through the wars, you know, through heroin coming in and ripping through the community, through the black communities, you know, through the crack era. You know what I mean? Music has always been able to get that descriptive story, whether it's in hip hop, you know, or socially conscious music. You know, artists like myself, artists like, you know, Erykah Badu. I mean, I could name a lot of different artists who use their music. You know, so I feel like to connect with the people and be like a beam of light out here. You know what I mean? So yeah, so Marvin used to say it's no different. I always wanted to have a record. I always wanted to kind of like do a record that paid homage to him in particular. So it's kind of like a double entendre. I'm able to say, man, salute, thank you for all the music, thank you for the well job served, and celebrate that, but also to kind of show the direct connection, in hopes that I make some new fans as well, and not just the core audience. Show the direct connection between what's going on right now and what was transpiring 50 years ago.
So you're influenced by classics, you're making classics, and you're putting your own spin on another classic. We got to talk about this because I'm not nervous about what you're capable of, but I was a little nervous to find out that you hooked up with some other brothers to cover the classic, The Secret Garden. Omar Wilson and Sean Stockman were both guests on season 1 of Out the Box. And of course, Cisco is another one of my favorite male vocalists. So how did you guys get together and decide that you were going to recreate this magic on this record?
That started out at Omar's camp. Me and Omar befriended one another maybe 2 years ago at the Image Awards. When you hit those red carpets, you're supposed to think you the best dressed and most flyest cat. And I can say that night that me and Omar were equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? So, because I was dressed to kill. You know what I'm saying? And he was too. So it was cool, man. We befriended one another, hung out, man, and I don't know, man. I always feel like it's my responsibility as somebody who's already been in the industry as a singer, whatever, to like. I always like, that's just my spirit. Like I'll befriend the next singer, or I'll, you know what I'm saying? Yo, man, you want to do a collab? Or if they start asking for jewels, man, we might be sitting there talking for 2-3 hours. You know what I mean? I feel like that's my due diligence in the business, because it is so cutthroat, because it is so, I'm competitive. You know what I'm saying? It's like we can have that conversation, but no, like if we get in on that stage, I'm gonna burn your ass up if given the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like I take what I do seriously. You know what I mean? And but it's cool to have that level of competitiveness, on stage. But I think the relationships that you cultivate off stage, in this industry, they come very few in between. Where you meet genuine people. Right. And with humility, so it's like that's something that I really pride myself on, and so when we walk away, a cat can say, "Yo, man, da da da," but dude was solid. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can just feel the energy of people a lot of times, like where they come from humble beginnings, or you know what I mean. So it was like all of that. You know what I mean? So when his team reached out about doing a record, the producer, we had a real conversation about everything you just asked. Like, you know what I mean? I knew that I could pull it off, like, without a doubt. I wanted to hear, I had to hear the production. That was one. I wanted to know who else was going to be on the record. There were a lot of names. When we first initially had the conversation, it was like in developmental stage. It was like, I said, off the break, I was like, yeah, I'm in. Right. So I knew it was me and Omar, but then we had to figure out all the other people. You know what I'm saying? And when I say all the other people, because you're dealing with personalities, you're dealing with COVID-19, a pandemic, you're dealing with who has access to a studio, who doesn't, who's comfortable jumping on a record with us. Some artists feel like, man, I'm too big for that. You know what I'm saying? Or you just trying to get next to me to get the look. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that goes on even now in real time. You know what I mean? So so when it happened, man, it happened organically. Sean is on the same label that I am. I'm also a head of A&R over there, SRGILS. So it's a lot of great artists over there, by the way. So Sean, so he had told me he was also in conversations with Sean. So I was like, okay, that's a no-brainer. who's the other person. You know, we figuring out the other person. Some names bounced. We reached out to a few people. Some people ain't hit back. Some people, you know, and when they told me Cisco, though, I was excited because I had never done a record with Cisco. I'm a huge fan. I work with Jazz. Me and Jazz are super tight. And, you know, he's actually on Greatest Love. He's singing backgrounds on that record.
Okay.
Yeah, and on the interlude as well. You know what I mean? So prior to the record. So Dear Love Queen. So then when he told me he got him and he sent it, like I was just kind of on pins and needles. And I remember hearing it for the first time, ride to the studio and get like goosebumps. When I got that, I knew what it was. And the record wasn't even mixed yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I heard at the end of the day, when I heard the record, I said, you know what? More people are going to like it than not like it. And that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to. That's all I was going for, and you know, and what I contributed to the record. The go, you know, because it's such an iconic record. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes,
yeah. But we accepted the challenge, man. I think it is doing extremely well. Like, I'm not surprised. Like I'm not, and I mean that humbly. Like I'm not surprised because it's well executed. Vocally, I feel like we made it ours, but we didn't disrespect the, you know, what it's been. You know, there've been a few other attempts. You know, so I did my research.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, even on that, and then saying like, all right, how can we have the best version of, you know what I mean, of something that was already iconic.
Now, as mentioned, this is your 8th project. What are you hoping your fans get from you on this particular part of your journey that they may not have gotten in the past?
Man, the wordplay, you know, all the records that speak to intimacy, like the wordplay is like through the roof. You know what I mean? I hope that it continues to show my growth as a vocalist. And I think that if you love the socially conscious Raheem DeVaughn, you love the lyrically poetic, you know, Raheem DeVaughn, and you like, you know, you looking for songs, you looking for a record or two that speaks to like what's going on right now, like in your face, raw, uncut. You know, I'm giving you that. And but if you looking for like, you know, to celebrate Black love, I'm giving you that too. Like, cause it's a lot of that. You know, I found a way to. I'm finally comfortable with the fact of like knowing I know who I am as an artist. I know that my gift is to make records like Marvin used to say.
Right.
But it's also to make records that, you know, to speak to intimacy and bringing people together, whether that's for a minute, for a moment, for one night, or forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I do. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with celebrate. And I feel like there's no time like the present to not only continue to advocate and fight for freedom, justice, and equality for us as a race of people, and for mankind. You know what I mean? You know, regardless of what your sexuality is, where you were born, what country you're from, what stamp is on your passport, who you worship. You know what I mean? Like, it's no time like the present to have those records that speak to those things, you know, and also it's no, and also but also having records to celebrate Black love.
Well, Raheem, once again, I want to thank you for your time today. You guys go out and get your copy, stream, download, whatever you got to do. What a Time to Be in Love is available now, and you can get more information on outtheboxtv.com. Raheem, I'll holler at you later.
All good, man. Love. Be safe, brother.
Preview. Preview. Preview.
Box, your man Roger. I'm chilling with my girl Cassandra. Already about to give me a vibe up here. Tell us a little bit about your style, artistic style.
So my style is more of a smooth vibe type. I can do some upbeat stuff, but I prefer like slower, smoke a little to it.
Smoke a little to it. PT is all on your tip right now. He's on that. Now I know you're from Florida. Does being in Alabama or Florida, either one kind of influence your style, impact your style a little bit?
To me, not really, because I've lived in a whole bunch of other places. So, yeah.
She's been all around the world. Tonight, yeah. That's what's up. Now, I know you've been working on music for a while. Do you remember your first song that you ever put together?
Ooh, my first song. I was in high school, and I just made this like CD for my teachers, but I think it was called Last One Standing. Yeah.
Did they give you a passing grade on that or not?
I got all A's in all my classes.
She worked it out. She was a musician and a straight A student. I love it.
256.
All right,
Let's
now
get it.
my people at home know what that sound effect means. I'm sure you don't. We're about to play a little game with you because you're a songstress. I heard you like to sing. Yeah. So we're gonna play song association right now. My man PT is gonna give you a word, and with that word, you got to either give us like a little line, a lyric, an original song, or somebody else's song, just whatever feel in your spirit. You just got to play off that word. All right. So PT, what's word number one?
All right, so, since she said sativa, she didn't say sativa. She said something about smoking earlier.
Right,
That's all I
okay.
heard. I ain't going to go with sativa, but sometimes when you smoke a little bit, you tend to fall in love.
Okay.
So I want to go with love. It could be original, or it could be, something I already got.
Okay, I'll sing one of my songs. It's Love Me Like the Way I Want You to Love. Touch me like the way I want you to touch me. I just want you to be mine. I just want you to be mine. So love me like the way I want you to. The way I want you to.
Damn.
I love that. See, I like to put them on the spot too, cause you get to hear them without instruments and you get to hear that acapulco.
The who?
Acapulco.
I don't.
I know you don't know that word. It's a little something we learn around the way. What's word number two, PT?
Word number two. I'm gonna get break up.
Okay, break up.
Can I freestyle this one?
Yeah.
I just got over a breakup. No, I don't give up.
Let's get it. Let's get
Works
it.
for me. All right, last word. Word number three, PT.
PT.
She's
I ain't gonna give you words.
She want to throw a shoe at you like her name Patti LaBelle.
Man, you almost had that one.
Okay. No,
Don't be
okay.
throwing no drops.
No,
No
good.
PT is standing over there.
Bullshit. Next. I'll curse for you on that one. Hey, appreciate it.
I'm fooling with you. All right, so everybody that's wanting to get on the Cassandra train, where can they find your music and where can they find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at the Cassandra Mitchell, and you can find me on YouTube as well. It's the Cassandra Mitchell, and all my music is on all streaming platforms.
All right, no excuse not to get down with my girl. We here out the box.
Straight from our stage to your living room, your couch, your bedroom, or wherever you watching from. Need y'all to welcome Cassandra.
Never thought it'd happen. Never thought I'd get that low. I never felt that pain before. Oh, so strong. I should've known better than to let you in and let you in mess with my mind. Ooh, but I'm glad I know. Thought losing you be the worst thing, turned out to be the best thing. Thought losing you be the worst thing, turned out to be a blessing. No more holding my breath, oh no. Scared for mistakes, oh no, no. I can finally breathe again. I can finally breathe again. I know I shouldn't stay for so long. Thought it would hurt, but ooh, I was so wrong. It hurts just a little. Got my mind back now that I'm better now. Never know how better treated you till you up at night and you think about it and you dream about it. Thought I wanted you back, but now I'm so glad that I thought losing you be the worst thing, turned out to be the best thing. Thought losing you be the worst thing, turned out to be a blessing. No more holding my breath, oh no. Scared for mistakes, oh no, no. I can finally breathe again, yeah. I can finally breathe again. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Thank you for catching the R&B edition of Afterbox TV.
Once again, shout out to my man Raheem DeVaughn was checking in, and my girl Cassandra was stopping. Mario done got nothing on this dude right here.
You can catch more of us at AfterboxTV.com. Touch.